A judge denies requests by State Senator Carlos Uresti and co-defendant Gary Kane for a new trial over their involvement with defunct frac sand company Four Winds Logistics.
Four Winds Logistics was essentially set up as a fraudulent scheme to lure investors to put money with the co-conspirators via false pretenses, false promises, misrepresentations, including altered financial documents.
A Chicago real estate firm purchases a major component of the redevelopment of the southern stretch of the San Antonio River. Officials find the fungus blamed for killing millions of East Coast bats on Mexican free-tailed bats in central Texas. And Mexican presidential candidate Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador continues his campaign in northern Mexico, telling supporters that there's more crime in Washington than Laredo, and that respect between the U.S. and Mexico and President Donald Trump is a two-way relationship.
Respete a los mexicanos porque nuestro país, nuestro pueblo no va a ser piñata de ningún gobierno extranjero.
I'm Chance Dorland with your Express Briefing for Friday, April 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Senior U.S. District Judge David Ezra has denied requests by San Antonio State Senator Carlos Uresti and co-defendant Gary Kane for a new trial, as well as Kane's motion for an acquittal. In February, both were convicted by a federal jury on a combined 20 felony charges for defrauding investors. Here's U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Texas, John Bash, on that day.
The jury just convicted Senator Carlos Uresti on all counts, including wire fraud, securities fraud, associated conspiracy counts, money laundering counts, and also failure to register as a broker with the SEC. The jury also convicted his co-conspirator, Gary Kane, of money laundering and associated conspiracy counts. This investigation has yielded 4 other convictions via guilty pleas, including the conviction of CEO, Four Winds Logistics CEO Stan Bates, on the eve of trial.
When found guilty in February, Uresti originally told reporters he respected the system that had convicted him.
Well, obviously, very, very disappointed with the verdict. But, I respect our judicial system as a lawyer, 25 years. I can't find the right words, obviously, but I do want to thank my wife, Deanna, and apologize for everything that I put her through, my family as well.
In denying Uresti's request for a new trial, the judge ruled the senator was subjectively aware of the illegal conduct surrounding Four Winds Logistics, failing to inquire into the highly suspicious and obvious red flags of illegality and questionable ethics entrenched at the company. The 54-year-old Democrat served as the company's outside general counsel and 1% owner, while also recruiting investors. Uresti now awaits possibly years in federal prison and millions in restitution that could be handed down when he is sentenced June 28th. A Chicago real estate firm has purchased the flats at Big Tex apartment complex, property that is a major component of the redevelopment of the southern stretch of the San Antonio River. Records published this week show late last month, the Accent Companies, a firm that specializes in operating high-quality apartment complexes, bought the 7.5-acre, 336-unit apartment complex from local developer James Lifshutz and national company NRP Group. While the purchase price has not been disclosed, this year the two properties were valued at a total of roughly $70.2 million. Opening in spring of 2016, Flats at Big Tex has been one of the biggest development projects to be built along the Mission Reach stretch of the Riverwalk since it was completed in 2013, transforming that stretch of the river into a destination for joggers and cyclists. In a double dose of troubling news, the fungus blamed for killing millions of East Coast bats since its discovery in 2007 has been found in Central Texas and on a Mexican free-tailed bat, both firsts. But Wednesday's announcement by the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife also noted that no Texas bats have been found exhibiting signs of the malady known as white nose syndrome, as biologists say it usually takes a few years after detection for the disease to manifest. In the San Antonio region, the fungus was detected on bats at 2 sites in Kendall County and 2 sites in Blanco County. Kendall County is now the southernmost location in the nation where researchers have discovered the fungus. The deadly illness typically strikes hibernating bats, causing declines of winter populations by more than 90% in some locations. And now its presence in free-tailed bats, which migrate rather than hibernate, raises a new series of concerns. And Thursday, Mexican presidential frontrunner Andrés Manuel López Obrador told cheering supporters there's more crime in Washington than Laredo.
Laredo es de las ciudades con menos violencia en Estados Unidos. Hay más criminalidad en Washington que en Laredo, en esta ciudad fronteriza.
In 2016, FBI crime statistics put the crime rate in Washington at 20.4 per 100,000 and Laredo at 4.6. In the Mexican presidential campaign, the anti-establishment López Obrador is running for the left-of-center Morena party after 2 failed presidential bids in 2006 and 2012. Offering a populist vision for the country that has rattled business elites, his outsider appeal has driven the campaign's popularity, especially among disillusioned working-class voters. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Friday, April 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.